Well, John, as you said at the end of part one, Greyhound racing is that a bug, once it's in you, it's always there to be rejuvenated, I think. And that's what happened for you years later when you went back to Wimbledon. You saw a lot of the old faces and you got back involved in Greyhound ownership, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I took the children along to show them exactly what my dad and I did. But they got into it. And then they was like, could we get one? And I said, well, yeah, I suppose we could. It would be a bit of fun, you know. And my son, Anthony, went to work with Jeremy Hayes, who, as everybody knows, has had a number of great dogs over the years. And I think at one point he had about 17. And him and his lovely wife, Janine, when they retired a dog, they brought them home. So he had stables and kennels at home. I mean, I went to help build some kennels with my son at his house, and he must have had 25 just to rehouse his dogs. And I thought, what lovely care, what a lovely thing to do, you know. So I said to everybody, if we do get involved, we must take on the moral responsibility of looking after that dog when it retires. And I'm pleased to say, I think we had a total of 7 or 8. We don't have any at the moment. We had a total of about 7 or 8, and we rehoused everyone perfectly. And as you and I know, and for those that don't know, or maybe would consider doing it, the best pet in the world.
And you had them home as pets yourself, including one that you had a broken heart because you lost a dog. And then it was Helen Chamberlain, who many people watching this will know, is a good friend of yours, who convinced you to get another one. Tell us the story from the night at Hove where you were watching your bitch race and what happened afterwards.
Yeah, so I had this friend of mine who said, you know, you've got 4 children, you should have a dog. And I'm like, do you know what? I was brought up with dogs, and I really don't think I will. It was quite peaceful at home without a dog. And then suddenly, you know, you want me to get a dog. But it sowed a seed. And I thought, you know what? Maybe I will. And at that time, a very good friend of mine had bought a puppy Samoyed husky who needed a lot of work. And I had quite an active job then. I thought, right, well, I'll get the dog for the family, which we did. And I'm pleased to say he was with us for about 14 years. And then I knew there was something wrong with him, but I was kind of ignoring it. I was being a bit selfish, really. And eventually I had to have him put down. And at the time, we had a dog called Kyrog Ellie, a beautiful little black bitch we bought in Ireland. It won a couple of good races in Ireland. Its time trial came over. We put her with Phil Rees, and it was a lovely dog, a great temperament, but very, very small. And I'd had the Samoyed husky put down, and I had this terrible pain in my chest. It was awful, like right under my arm, really horrible. And I was working the darts at the UK Open, and Helen was there, and she's always a massive animal lover like myself. And she had these couple of dogs. And one of the dogs come running up to me, jumped up, and I picked it up, put it in my arms. She said, do you know what? Nobody can do that with that dog, you know. I said, oh, no, but I'm a dog person, you know, and they know if they like you. And I told her what happened and about the pain. And she said to me, well, we're driving back together tonight. Why don't you get another dog and it will go away? And I went to Hove, watched Kyrog Ellie race. It won the race. It won her last race. Got to the pickup, turned around and ran into every dog on the way through and got bounced all over the place. And I went to meet her afterwards, like you do at Hove, in that nice little corner bit. Like all owners can go and see their dog before they go back to the kennel. And we went on, brushed a bit of sand off her and sort of was just chatting in general. Maria Collins came over and said, you know, I think really and truthfully, you should consider retiring her. She's the type of dog, she's getting to the point now where she doesn't want to fight back. She just wants to get on the bench. She just wants to do her job. I think maybe you should think about it. And I said, what, retire her now? And she said, yes. And I took her home. I put her in the car. We had no preparation. All I had was a lead and collar. That's all I had. And I thought, well, what am I going to do? But she was such a lovely dog. And I put her in the boot of the car with the children and my wife and everyone. And the pain went. And I said, you know, as mad as it sounds. And pleased to say, she had an incredible life. Absolutely incredible. I think we had her about 7 or 8 years. And she was the ultimate pet to have. She was great and really led me to believe that we owe it to the dog, after enjoying all the racing, to at least give it a good life at the end and take them home, or if you can, someone in the syndicate to take the responsibility.